Hi, welcome to the Astrology New Moon Forecast for October of 2022, a solar eclipse. The moon is waning, the energy is diminishing, maybe changing and shifting around quite a bit. We're on the edge of something completely new. How are you feeling? The moon is waning, growing smaller and darker, and on October 25th, between 1:58 a.m. and 6:02 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will move in front of the sun, partially eclipse it, and then begin to wax again. Intense, things getting a little dramatic, or just feeling on edge. We are in eclipse season. It's weird times, and especially the days surrounding eclipses, the closer we get to them, we're reaching edge points of change and evolution, steps towards transformation. The week or so before the solar eclipse and all the weeks, the 2 weeks between the solar and lunar eclipse we're going to have in November, and even extending for a week or two after that lunar eclipse, is considered to be the eclipse window or the eclipse season. And it is a time when things accelerate because eclipses are omens of change and transformation. They bring in rapid acceleration of growth and realizations. And the power of this time is we can use it to break free from patterns, to step into something new, a new beginning, a turning point, a kind of liberation. And we can also use it to look into the shadows, look at places that may be blind spots. Now, this solar eclipse on the 25th is happening during the Festival of Lights, the 5-day festival of Diwali, which is a time we call in the light. See, this time of year in the Northern Hemisphere is a time when the days are growing shorter and winter's coming, right? We can feel it. The light is diminishing. And so this dark moon energy leading up to the new moon is considered to be a time to make an effort to connect to the inner light, to the light of prosperity and growth. It is considered to be the birthday of the goddess Lakshmi, and we also call in Lord Ganesha to start this new year. It's considered to be New Year in India. So there's something quite powerful about having a solar eclipse on this day. I think it's a time to really shine a light within and also open yourself to new patterns as we move forward into the next year, into 2023. Now, if you'd like to know more about how these eclipses and the eclipses coming up also in 2023, some very important eclipses, are going to affect you on a personal level, you should check out my class that I taught last week on the eclipses. It's all about Rahu, the head of the snake that causes eclipses, and Ketu, his tail, and their meaning in Vedic astrology. And also we look at historical patterns of Rahu in Aries and Ketu in Libra as they are now and through 2023. So check it out. The class includes horoscopes for all 12 Vedic signs. You can purchase the pre-recorded class here on my website, and I'll leave a link below in the YouTube description window. So this solar eclipse is happening in the nakshatra, or the Vedic lunar mansion called Swati nakshatra. Swati is a star of Vayu, the wind. It's called the self-going star. It's a star of independence and self-actualization. There's a lot of tenacity, a lot of independence and flexibility within this star. There is something about survival and success against all odds. And if you want to learn more about the solar eclipses in Swati, check out my class. I do talk about historically some of these eclipses that have happened in the past and what we've seen. The solar eclipse is visible in an area of the world that is seeing a lot of instability right now in Russia and Ukraine. On this solar eclipse of Diwali, I do really think it's important for everyone to connect with the inner light of prosperity, of love, of peace, and abundance for everyone. There's a lot of other big turnarounds happening right now in Vedic astrology as well. We have Saturn stationing, meaning he's slowed down to a complete stop, and he's been retrograde for the last 4.5 months or so, 5 months, and he is going to turn around on the 23rd, just 2 days before the solar eclipse. Big turnaround there. We also have Venus. Now, Venus has been combust for quite some time now. We haven't been able to see her as she has been in the morning sky. She dropped out of the morning sky and she's been passing over the sun. And at the moment, she is only about a degree away from the sun. She's deeply combust. And so on the day of the solar eclipse, she is very much entangled with the solar eclipse energy. She's about 1 degree away from the sun when the solar eclipse happens. So anyway, when Venus is between morning star and evening star, she's in a time of transformation and change. She does change relationship statuses. She changes how we see ourselves in all kinds of contracts, commitments. She changes artistic inspiration, and she changes the markets. She changes how we gather our abundance, right? How we connect to Lakshmi, that goddess. On a personal level, could be a very volatile time in relationship for you, depending on how the solar eclipse is aspecting your chart. Finally, we have also the Mars retrograde that is starting about 5 days after the solar eclipse on October 30th. Mars retrograde is rather volatile often. It is a time when the anger or aggression that might have been suppressed can come out, or these feelings of disempowerment or victimization or self-doubt can come to the surface to be dealt with. So it's about a 10-week period starting at the end of this month in which there's a process, kind of a cooking we're going through around our sense of maybe boundaries in many ways too, with this Venus combust, and how we hold our own power. Can be really healing, especially if you're working for self-empowerment, you're working for maybe ways to channel anger or feel anger in new ways, positive new ways. Even though this eclipse time might feel exhausting, tiring, shocking, overwhelming, connect to Diwali, connect to the light of spirit right now. Look for the flame within, look for what's true within. Everything is really just illusion. Anyway, most of the drama in this world is just passing. It's all her imagination. So come back to an inner light. Come back to yourself and shine that light into the shadows. Usually it's on the night before the eclipse, which would be the 24th of October in the United States. People clean their houses and they'll leave a lamp lit or a row of lamps lit, or some festivities are happening to welcome Lakshmi to the home, to bring prosperity and abundance basically to the family. It is still a time to call in the light more than ever. So let's just see what the cards have to say about this solar eclipse coming up in Swati Nakshatra, Diwali. Okay, well, the first card that came through is the Knight of Swords. Very windy looking, isn't it? Like the Vayu. Vayu is the god of wind. He moves just strong and quickly, leaping like Hanuman over these oceans. Swati is connected to Vayu, this energy of movement, this ability to scatter and to move quickly as well. There's a lot of speed right now going on. There's igniting the Swati on one side and Ashwini on the other side. These eclipses are moving things, changing things. And the Six of Swords, more air, element of air, in a focused way. I like this. This is a balanced card of finding a plan, finding a strategy, making a plan. It's never good to start new things on solar eclipses or really, sign contracts, but imagining new ways to do things. going to new places. Maybe it's not such a bad idea, especially if it's just with, your imagination, being innovative and looking for new solutions to problems. And another rather airy-like element, this is the magus, the magician, connected to Mercury. All of these cards are connected to Mercury, actually. And Mercury, ever since he went direct earlier this month, has actually been quite strong. He's exalted in the Vedic system, in Virgo, during this eclipse. And he is supporting better communication, maybe a better focus, despite all of the lack of clarity and confusion and shadow of the eclipse season. Keep focused on the light. Things can change quickly. New horizons of possibility can open as doors close behind. Take a step back and look at all the ways you could go. Try to imagine pathways where there used to be none. You have many skills, many abilities, many forgotten treasures within, and need to awaken as you look into the future. And the light of possibility is growing. Stay flexible. Stay open. There's a new beginning around the corner. Thank you for coming to the Industry Astrology New Moon Forecast for the solar eclipse. I do offer one-on-one Vedic astrology readings and tarot readings online. You can book on my website, anandastrology.com. Do check out my most recent class if you want to know more about how these eclipses are affecting you on a personal level. And also subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out my newsletter. It's free. You can join and also calculate your Vedic nakshatra, your birth star, on my website for free below. And I will see you soon on the next lunar eclipse. Take care out there. It is a total lunar eclipse coming up in 2 weeks. So happy Diwali.